So, I've got you this infinite rail. I will be doing 2 parts of this, not like 2 separate videos, but 2 sections. Basically, one will be with just the first part of the command, so this one, this command block. The second one will be if you want to stop it with like throwing out an item, like a lever. So the first one is like the actual command that makes the rail infinite. As you can see, infinitely going through. And if you like these little like videos, maybe consider doing what the sign tells you to. But basically, you can just put whatever you want around this build, and it'll keep going. It'll build it right out in front, and you kind of do have to run in front to catch this. There. Then you gotta go all the way back. There we are. Okay, so the command for this, and I'm gonna use this command block, not reset for you guys, because it's got important data. The command is using this execute command. Now you do not need this slash. The slash is up to you. But the idea is you're gonna execute at the position. This is positioned as. So you're at the position of this entity. That's what's happening. So the minecart is the entity you're executing the command at. So here, I'll just get out of here so I can show you. So basically, where the minecart is, you execute that command afterward. You execute the rest of the command after. Then I specify type equals minecart in these square brackets. And important that they're square brackets. That just tells you that it is a minecart. Instead of like all entities, it's a minecart. If you wanted to, you could run this at yourself, at like nearest player, at random player, at A, for all players, anything. Then you do the run. Now this can go after almost every one of these. Positioned as is just a section of them, but you'll do a run. Also, reason why it's positioned as and not just as, I know I keep like having to explain it. Positioned as is a because it's not an actual player. If it was a player, you could do it as, because a player can run that command. But positioned as is for non-players. So that's kind of the point. But you can't use @s in the run command. So that's kind of the drawback. But basically now, after you run the positioned as, execute positioned as, you'll be running the clone command where these tildes are based off the minecart's position, not the command block's position, which sounds weird. I'm sorry if I'm complicating it to you. Basically, these are relative commands. So tilde, tilde, tilde is your position. So if I was to do /TP to tilde, 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 it should just TP me right back to where I am. But if I do this and I go 1 off, it'll TP me 1 block to the side. If I do 1 the other side, it'll just TP me to the other side. That's kind of the idea. And basically that's all you need to do. This will not be your relative commands. It can be if you build the same size as mine. Mine is this whole thing. But basically you'll just find where, like, how far off you have to offset it to make it equal. So mine makes it so the minecart is sitting right in the middle. See how it just doesn't change where the minecart is? It rotates the minecart, but it doesn't change where the minecart is. It sets the minecart in the center. No matter where I place this, always in the center. I could edit half of this and it would still always place it into the center. Like I can throw gray terracotta here. That's not edited in half, but see? Places it right there. The minecart doesn't change. So you just have to find your center. say if you build it like 2 blocks bigger, you're gonna want it like a little bit off, like 2 blocks further. That's the idea. The second thing that you have to run is find where these, the clone command, you're gonna find where the actual thing you're cloning is. Now, you're not gonna use relative commands for this, relative coordinates, you're not using those. You're gonna be using the actual coordinates. So this is 164, I'm one off, 164, negative 59, or actually it would be negative 60, 71. So that will be your first one, right there. Run that one first. Then you can run 168, negative 54, and then 67. That is this corner, right here. Now that just clones everything over there. You can also put up a sign here, say whatever you want. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just leave this one. So any sign you want, change it to whatever words you want. Like, here we go. We'll just make it easier for you. Hello. There we are. Or seems like deja vu would also be another one. It's kind of a funny one because it is just repeating itself. And that's it for this command block. So that basically this is all the first part is. And then you make sure you set it to repeat, always active, and then make sure you set it to delay in ticks of 10. That's just if you want this one to be your first one. Now, don't forget, if you're going to do the second part, do a chain command, conditional, always active, and change the ticks to 0. Because there's something else we're going to do. Now, you're going to set the command block here. Make sure it's a repeat, unconditional, and always active. And then you delay this one 10 ticks. Now, the command you're going to run... Oh, wait. Forgot. So, if you want this to work the whole world, don't forget to run this /ticking area. So I already have one. So, but you're just gonna type in /ticking area, add. You can write circle, tilde, 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 and then 2, and then name it whatever you want. So I'll say rail, and then true. Now this one might not work. There you are. It worked. But basically that makes sure this chunk is always loaded, no matter what. I forgot to mention that. So basically, no matter where you are in this world, it'll keep loading. So I could be, I don't know, 3 million blocks that way. It would just keep loading this chunk, or these couple chunks. That's the idea behind that one. But let's get on with this actual command that we're on. So, this one you're going to do testfor at whoever you want at p. Then you'll do. So this one is if you want to check if any players weren't using a lever. So has item equals item equals, seems like a long one, it kind of is. Then you're going to type in lever. There, curly braces. Make sure those two are curly braces around item and lever, and then square brackets around the rest. And then that should do most of it. If you want, now that will just check if any player has it. So see how it keeps working? Now if I throw these, it won't work. There you go. I gotta go catch my levers. Basically, that's just a way to stop it. But if you want to make sure it's the player in the minecart, you get to run the execute command. So it's /execute. At positioned as let's do at e type equals minecart, then square bracket, run at p, and now you're going to add this one little command. Not command, like thing to check where a player is. So you're gonna write r equals 2. Now this will keep it checking for the radius of 2 of the minecart. So as you can see, I'll just hop into this one. It'll keep working, but if I toss it out, it stops working. And there is your little tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Also, just as a heads up, you can change anything on this video. Anything. Say this, 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 this. Add a little gray stripe to it. Like this. If you want to do that, you can. And you'll see me do that. Just make sure you don't place one on there, because that would be silly. But as you can see, placed it all around. Then you'll start riding, and voila! So, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and have a great day. Bye!